The United States has made its return to the moon, while China's lunar probe has successfully completed its mission and returned to Earth. This year, China is on track to launch nearly 100 space missions, setting a new national record and further solidifying its growing dominance in space exploration. Over the past few years, China has rapidly risen as a major player in the global space race, showcasing its technological strength with the development of an advanced space station. While this achievement is widely regarded as a groundbreaking milestone in aerospace engineering, some experts see a much bigger picture. I believe China will eventually have the world's largest space program. Space exploration has always been shrouded in secrecy, but few endeavors are as intriguing as China's undisclosed ambitions. While Elon Musk and SpaceX continue to push the limits of human spaceflight, China has been methodically working on its own space initiatives, projects that could dramatically alter the future of space dominance. Could China's space program be more advanced than the world assumes? Is their vision far more ambitious than just exploring the universe? In this video, we'll uncover shocking insights into China's covert space activities, expose hidden strategies, and reveal what Elon Musk has to say about this unfolding space rivalry. Stay with us as we explore a story that could change everything we know about the future of space exploration. What's really happening? Deep within China's heavily restricted zones, hidden from the public eye, lies a vast network of ultra-classified space facilities. Unlike NASA and SpaceX, which operate with a degree of transparency, China's space program is cloaked in secrecy, with only the highest levels of government privy to its true objectives. While many believe China's space efforts are focused on scientific discovery, intelligence reports suggest a far more strategic agenda. But why the extreme secrecy? Elon Musk, a strong advocate for open-source innovation, has frequently criticized nations that withhold scientific advancements from the public. He envisions space as a shared frontier rather than a battlefield for geopolitical dominance. However, China takes a different approach. The China National Space Administration, CNSA, is not just aiming for leadership in space exploration. It is methodically working to outpace all rivals while keeping its cutting-edge technology concealed. This secrecy isn't just about national pride. It's about securing technological superiority, military power, and control over space-based resources. Reports indicate that many of these secret facilities are located in remote desert regions, heavily guarded and inaccessible to even Chinese citizens. Some believe these locations house next-generation spacecraft development, AI-driven satellites, and even experimental space-based weaponry. The U.S. military has closely monitored unusual activity near Chinese launch sites, fueling concerns that China is preparing for an era of space militarization. Unlike SpaceX, which thrives on media coverage, Chinese aerospace firms operate under strict government oversight, ensuring breakthroughs remain classified. By keeping their advancements hidden, China may be developing cutting-edge technologies without outside interference or competition. So, what exactly has happened behind closed doors? One of the most controversial theories is that China is developing quantum communication satellites capable of rendering traditional encryption obsolete. If successful, this would create an unbreakable communication network, making foreign espionage virtually impossible. Additionally, reports suggest China is experimenting with advanced propulsion systems that can enable spacecraft to travel farther and faster than currently possible, giving them a significant advantage in future space exploration and defense strategies. The implications of these advancements are massive. If China continues to develop next-generation space technology in total secrecy, it could gain a commanding lead in the modern space race, one that goes beyond exploration and into outright dominance. The real question is, how far is China willing to go to achieve its vision of space supremacy? Mysterious lunar missions, a new era of space dominance. China's ambitions in space go beyond simply reaching the moon. They may be aiming to control it. While NASA is focused on the Artemis missions and Musk is setting his sights on Mars, China is moving rapidly towards lunar colonization. The Chang'e missions have already provided key insights into the moon's resources, and there are strong indications that China is developing technology for mining helium-3, a rare isotope that could revolutionize energy production on Earth. Helium-3 is often considered the holy grail of nuclear fusion energy. Unlike traditional nuclear fuels, helium-3 has the potential to provide an almost limitless supply of clean, highly efficient power. As the world grapples with energy shortages and environmental concerns, the ability to extract helium-3 3 from the moon could position China as the leading energy superpower of the future. What's even more alarming is the speed at which China is progressing. Their recent robotic landers have been testing lunar resource extraction methods, and some leaked reports suggest that a manned Chinese moon base could be operational much sooner than expected. If true, this would dramatically shift the global balance of power in space. Elon Musk has repeatedly warned about the dangers of monopolizing space resources. If China successfully establishes dominance on the moon, it could gain an unprecedented technological and economic advantage over the rest of the world. But China's lunar plans extend beyond just mining. The country is heavily investing in infrastructure to support long-term human habitation. The idea of a permanent Chinese presence on the moon is no longer science fiction. It's becoming a reality. Recent research papers from Chinese universities indicate that scientists are experimenting with 3D printing technology to construct lunar habitats using regolith, the loose soil and rock on the moon's surface. This innovation could eliminate the need to transport building materials from Earth, making moon colonization far more feasible. So why is China so determined to establish a strong presence on the moon? The answer is simple. Control over space means control over the future. If China is the first to establish a permanent lunar base, it could dictate access to vital resources and dominate the next phase of human expansion into space. Historically, this situation mirrors the colonial era, where powerful nations stake their claims on new territories. Now, the same power struggle is unfolding in space. There is even speculation that China may be developing military applications for the moon. Some analysts believe that a lunar base could serve as a launch pad for deep space missions, or even as a strategic outpost in future conflicts. Space-based defense systems are no longer a concept reserved for science fiction, and China's rapid advancements suggest they are thinking well beyond conventional space exploration. While Western space agencies continue to debate policies and regulations regarding lunar governance, China is forging ahead with its own plans. The Artemis Accords, which emphasize international cooperation in space, have gained little traction with China. Instead, China is forming partnerships with countries like Russia to establish a parallel space program that operates independently of Western influence. If China succeeds in its lunar ambitions, it won't just be a technological achievement. It will mark a major shift in global power dynamics. Space is no longer a realm of scientific curiosity. It is quickly becoming the battlefield of the future. And China appears determined to take the lead at any cost. The secret Mars colonization agenda. While Elon Musk has been vocal about his dream of building a human colony on Mars, China has been quietly making significant progress toward the same goal. Unlike NASA, which operates with public transparency, China's plans for Mars remain largely under wraps. The Tiangong, one mission was just the start. Recent leaks suggest that China is already developing long-term habitation modules with the goal of establishing a permanent human presence on Mars by the 2040s. China's space agency, CNSA, is making rapid strides in propulsion technology, particularly in nuclear-powered spacecraft, which could drastically reduce travel time to Mars. Coupled with their expertise in in-situ resource utilization, ISRU, from Lunar Research, China appears to be laying the groundwork for sustainable space colonization. Their advancements in artificial intelligence and robotics may also be key to constructing and maintaining a Martian outpost before human arrival, minimizing the risks of deep space travel. If Musk's vision of a Mars colony is to become a reality, it will likely face fierce competition. The bigger question is, once China reaches Mars, what are their intentions? Will they collaborate with the global community, or will they seek to establish territorial control? International treaties, such as the Outer Space Treaty in 1967, prohibit any country from claiming land on celestial bodies. However, history has shown that treaties can be challenged when strategic and economic interests are on the line. Meanwhile, NASA, ESA, and other space agencies continue their own Mars missions, but none with the same aggressive timeline as China or SpaceX. If China establishes a Martian base first, they could gain control over vital resources, such as water ice, which could be converted into oxygen, drinking water, and rocket fuel. This advantage could position China as a dominant force in interplanetary trade and space geopolitics, shaping the future of human expansion beyond Earth in ways the world is only beginning to comprehend. Space warfare and the militarization of orbit. While many see space as a domain for scientific discovery and peaceful exploration, world superpowers are quietly preparing for a more ominous reality: space warfare. Leaked intelligence suggests that China is developing highly advanced anti-satellite weapons designed to disrupt global communications and cripple military satellites in the event of a conflict. These space-based weapons include kinetic kill vehicles capable of directly destroying satellites, cyber attacks targeting satellite networks, and co-orbital systems that can stealthily maneuver close to enemy satellites to disable them without creating excessive debris. Elon Musk's Starlink project, while primarily intended for global internet coverage, has raised speculation about its potential military applications. Some believe SpaceX's vast satellite network could double as a strategic defense mechanism, which may explain why China is aggressively working on its own orbital security initiatives. Unlike traditional satellites, Starlink's decentralized mesh network is resistant to jamming, and its ability to rapidly launch and replace satellites gives it a significant advantage in a space-based conflict. Recognizing the growing risks, the U.S. military has already partnered with SpaceX to explore Starlink's capabilities for secure communications and real-time data transmission. Meanwhile, Russia and the U.S. have both conducted anti-satellite weapon tests, escalating concerns over a new arms race in space. The consequences of space militarization could be catastrophic. Disruptions to satellite networks would impact navigation systems, financial transactions, and even emergency response operations. If warfare extends beyond Earth's surface and into orbit, an invisible battle could unfold above us, one where control over communication, surveillance, and space access determines global dominance. The stakes have never been higher, and the nation that masters space warfare first could reshape the balance of power on Earth. The classified AI-driven space program. One of the most startling aspects of China's space strategy is its heavy reliance on artificial intelligence. Unlike SpaceX, which primarily uses AI to assist with rocket landings and navigation, China is reportedly developing fully autonomous spacecraft capable of self-repair and deep space navigation. This initiative extends far beyond simple automation. It envisions an ecosystem where AI-powered probes and rovers can independently conduct scientific research, modify mission objectives in real time, and adapt to unexpected challenges, all without human oversight. Picture a mission where AI takes complete control, making human intervention unnecessary. Such technology could give China a massive advantage in space colonization, asteroid mining, and deep space exploration. The ability to deploy spacecraft that can operate for decades without requiring communication relays or human commands will be groundbreaking. This could pave the way for self-sustaining space habitats or robotic factories that build infrastructure on the Moon and Mars before human settlers arrive. Elon Musk has often warned about the risks of AI when placed in the wrong hands. Could China's secretive AI initiative mark the beginning of an era where humans no longer dictate space missions? The ethical and geopolitical ramifications are immense. If China successfully develops fully autonomous deep space fleets, it could gain control over critical extraterrestrial resources long before other nations catch up. This shift could spark a new space race, not just for technological dominance in orbit, but for securing humanity's long-term presence in space. Some speculate that China may already be testing AI-controlled spacecraft in Earth's orbit or beyond. Reports from intelligence agencies suggest that some of China's deep space missions may be trialing experimental AI models designed to enhance spacecraft decision-making. If these efforts prove successful, they could leave Western space agencies scrambling to keep up, fundamentally altering the balance of power in space exploration. The hidden space stations beyond Earth's orbit. While much of the world's attention remains on the International Space Station, ISS, China has been quietly developing its own space habitats. The Tiangong space station is already operational, but new intelligence suggests China has even more ambitious plans, possibly constructing an independent space colony beyond Earth's immediate orbit in lunar or deep space regions. Why does this matter? Because controlling space infrastructure means controlling the future of human expansion into space. Space stations aren't just research facilities. They are strategic assets that enable nations to conduct military surveillance, extract extraterrestrial resources, and establish permanent human settlements. If China is the first to build a fully functional space colony, it could be a turning point in history. Unlike the ISS, which is maintained through international collaboration, China is taking a self-sufficient approach. Reports indicate that Chinese scientists are working on next-generation life support systems, advanced radiation shielding, and long-term sustainability technologies. If they succeed in sustaining human life independently in space, China could gain a commanding lead in interplanetary exploration, whether for colonizing Mars or constructing space-based solar power stations. Musk has often stressed the importance of space as a backup plan for humanity's survival. However, if one nation monopolizes that future, it could redefine global power dynamics. A Chinese-controlled space colony could become a key hub for harvesting helium-3 from the moon, a valuable resource for future nuclear fusion energy, or serve as a launch base for interplanetary missions, leaving other nations struggling to catch up. Moreover, leaked reports suggest that China may already have a prototype space station under secret development, possibly positioned at an Earth-Moon Lagrange point. Such a facility would be difficult to detect and could function as a strategic command center for China's deep space ambitions. If these speculations are accurate, we may be witnessing the dawn of a new era of space dominance, one that could reshape humanity's journey beyond Earth in ways we are only beginning to understand. The future of space and Elon Musk's perspective. Elon Musk has always welcomed competition, but China's rapid progress in space exploration has undoubtedly raised serious concerns. If China continues advancing at this pace, SpaceX and NASA could find themselves in a high-stakes race they cannot afford to lose. So, how does Musk view this challenge? While he has acknowledged China's impressive technological strides, he remains optimistic that innovation and open collaboration will shape the future of space exploration. However, his urgency in pushing for Mars colonization may not be solely about securing humanity's survival. It could also be a strategic move to prevent any single nation from monopolizing space. The modern space race is no longer just about reaching new frontiers. It's about determining who will control them. As we enter this pivotal era, one thing is certain. The choices made today will define humanity's future beyond Earth. Final thoughts. China's space program is gradually revealing its secrets, and the consequences are enormous. With rapid advancements in lunar resource extraction, Mars colonization, and AI-driven space missions, the balance of power in space is shifting. What are your thoughts? Could China surpass NASA and SpaceX in the race for space dominance? Will Musk's dream of a Martian colony become reality before China secures its own position in deep space? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating discoveries and hidden insights from around the world. And be sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss our next deep dive into the unknown.